Well, hi everybody, welcome to Afterburner. I'm Bill Whittle. Well, this time last year, Barack Obama was riding high off of his re-election win over Mitt Romney. And after 4 years, I was standing right here again and again, utterly convinced by then that there was nothing, no force in heaven or earth that was going to convince what had formerly been known as the free press to stand up on their hind legs and do their actual damned job. And in the years since then, I was right, they haven't, but things are different now. In the closing days of 2013, things are very different now. And not because the press has suddenly done its job regarding Reverend Wright or Fast and Furious or the Khalid Sheikh Mohammed trial in Manhattan or even Benghazi. It's not because they've taken any particular interest in weaponizing the IRS or the NSA spying on every American, including themselves. In fact, they don't even seem to have the fundamental self-respect to attack their master when their master unleashes his government on their own records, sources, and independence. No. This change has happened because since the Obamacare rollout, the press is simply irrelevant now. Oh, they've licked the hand and carried the water and betrayed their trust to the American people. They've cowered and cooed and bowed and scraped before the golden calf that they themselves had created for their own glorification, and none of that matters anymore because what they could not do was put themselves between the backside of an envelope and the eyes of the American people. They can't do that, not yet anyway. And when millions and millions of American citizens opened those envelopes to discover that the old insurance plans that they had liked had been canceled and that the new insurance plans provided less protection at greater cost and that they, in point of fact, could not keep the health care plans that they had liked, well, that was the beginning of the end of this house of lies and this fraud that we've elected twice in a row now, because he knew he was lying when he said, if you like your plan, you can keep your plan, and he knew he was lying when he said, if you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. You took him at his word, but we didn't. Why do you think the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act was originally written so that it wouldn't take effect until after Obama had been safely reelected? Why do you think that now, with a wave of his imperial finger, this lying fraud you see pictured behind me recently postponed the implementation of the really egregious parts of Obamacare until after the coming election in 2014? 400,000 Americans, round numbers, have entered the site and the exchanges. Some far smaller percentage of that number is actually paid, and an even smaller percentage of those have actually gotten coverage despite their credit card swipes. So 500,000 in, let's say, 5 or 6 million people out, and you ain't seen nothing yet. Because the tens of millions, 50 million, 60, 80 million, of cancellations that were scheduled in February have been pushed back to December, just a few weeks after the midterm elections. That's when the real pain's going to come. When the businesses, you know, the evil fat cat 1%er corporations that have been paying the lion's share of benefits for the lion's share of people of this country, that's when those corporations are just going to say, no, we're done. We'll just cancel the coverage and we'll pay the penalty. Now, when that happens, the pitchforks and the torches are going to come out not in January or February of this year as it was written in the law, but in December, a week or two after you suckers and rubes and hicks vote again. Just you wait. No. This guy and the people behind him, they're professionals. You see, they know their marks. Yeah, the pigeons will get pissed off like they are now, but only safely after the 2014 midterms, which will give them another 2 years to gin up some new war on women or race-baiting black people are being lynched ploy to pull over the eyes of the rubes. And when I say the rubes who got snookered in by all this, I don't mean me, of course, or the Tea Party people like me. I mean you. You people who believed in him. I don't blame you for believing in him. You believed in him because you didn't know any better. You believed in him because the people who you pay to tell you the truth are worse liars than these people are. And let's cut to the chase here, why don't we? You believed him when it was all said and done because he's black and because they and the press and he himself told you that if you doubted him, well, that made you a racist. And the people that they are laughing at the hardest are you young people and you black people and you liberal people, and especially you women. They're laughing at how easy it was to convince you to give up your lifelong relationship with your hospital and your OBGYN, and how stupid you are because of how simple it was to convince you that people like me are a bunch of racist, misogynist, homophobic, Neanderthal villains so consumed by hatred of a black president that we simply can't accept it in the depths of our shriveled, charred little hearts. But if any of you, had the guts or the skepticism or done even the most basic fundamental questioning of power required by free citizens instead of farm animals, you would have realized that the Tea Party is here for two reasons, the same two reasons, and only two reasons. One, stop Obamacare before it destroys our healthcare system. And two, stop this out-of-control spending before we all find ourselves sitting in the dark around a few burning tires, eating rats roasting on a spit. We were right about Obamacare, and we're right about the collapse of the economy under this orgasm of spending and debt on the part of these incompetent liars and con artists. And you had better hope to God that we, all of us together, can stop these people in 2014 before the rest of everything that you and we believe in together is gone, and gone forever.